ancient Egyptians invented one of the most complex writing systems in human history. It had over 700 symbols. It took more than a decade to learn. And for over 3,000 years, it was the most powerful tool in Egypt. Then it was forgotten. For 1,400 years, no one on earth could read a single word. The entire language was lost. Hieroglyphics were not like the alphabet you are reading right now. In English, 26 letters represent sounds, and you combine those sounds into words. Hieroglyphics were far more complicated. Some symbols represented sounds like letters. Some represented entire words. Some represented ideas. And some were silent, placed at the end of a word just to tell the reader what category the word belonged to. An owl meant the sound M. A mouth meant the sound R. A pair of walking legs meant the word involved motion. A seated man meant the word referred to a person. There were symbols for birds, snakes, insects, body parts, tools, buildings, plants, water, and the sun. Learning them all was like memorizing an entire encyclopedia of pictures, each with multiple possible meanings depending on context. The Egyptians actually used two writing systems. Hieroglyphics were the formal script, carved into temple walls, royal tombs, and monuments. They were slow to produce and beautiful to look at. For everyday use, they developed hieratic, a faster cursive script written with reed pens on papyrus. Letters, legal documents, medical texts, and tax records were all written in hieratic. Only scribes could read and write. In a civilization of millions, perhaps only 1% of the population was literate. Becoming a scribe required years of training, usually beginning around age 9. Students spent their days copying texts onto plaster tablets, memorizing symbols and practicing until their hands cramped. But the reward was extraordinary. Scribes were among the most powerful people in Egypt. They managed the government, collected taxes, organized construction projects, and recorded history. An ancient Egyptian text puts it perfectly. Be a scribe. It saves you from labor. It protects you from all kinds of work. You will not carry a basket. You will not pull an oar. Others will say, "Here comes a man of importance." The Egyptians wrote everything. Religious texts like the Book of the Dead, medical papyri with hundreds of remedies, legal contracts, love poems, stories about gods and heroes. They wrote letters to the dead, asking deceased relatives for help with everyday problems. They wrote curses on pottery and smashed them to make the curse take effect. Writing was not just communication, it was power, magic, and memory. By around 400 AD, the last people who could read hieroglyphics had died. The Roman Empire had taken over Egypt. The old temples were abandoned. The old scripts were replaced by Greek and later Arabic. For the next 1,400 years, the walls of Egypt were covered in writing that no one could read. Thousands of inscriptions, thousands of stories, thousands of years of history, all locked in silence. In 1799, French soldiers in Egypt discovered a stone slab near the town of Rosetta. It had the same text written in 3 scripts: hieroglyphics, Demotic, and Ancient Greek. In 1822, a young French scholar named Jean-François Champollion used the Greek text as a key to crack the hieroglyphic code. After 1,400 years of silence, the ancient Egyptians could speak again. Once we could read the writing, ancient Egypt came alive. We learned the names of pharaohs. We read their victories and defeats. We discovered medical knowledge, legal systems, love stories, and jokes that are over 4,000 years old. Every inscription on every temple, every tomb, every papyrus scroll suddenly had a voice. 3,000 years of history unlocked by a single stone. Think about what it means to invent a way to capture thought in stone. The Egyptians did not just write words. They created a system so durable that their thoughts survived for 5,000 years. Every symbol they carved was a bet that someone, someday, would read it. For 1,400 years, that bet looked lost. And then someone did. This was just one writing system, from one civilization. But the ancient world is full of innovations like this. Ideas so powerful that they outlasted the people who created them by thousands of years. Next time on Lost Genius, we'll uncover another lost breakthrough the world forgot. Subscribe so you don't miss it.